Christian financial guru Dave Ramsey went on Fox News and made an ass of himself. Let's watch.
Is there a war on success? Big question there. Everybody wants to earn lots of money, but sometimes there's a fallout for the people who make it to the top. Our next guest was criticized for buying an amazing new multi-million-dollar home, even though he paid for it in cash and still lives debt-free. So why do some people think that being wealthy is just wrong? Dave Ramsey is the best-selling author of The Legacy Journey, and he joins us now from Nashville. Dave, good morning to you. So did you expect that people were just going to come after you for just working hard toward a home and paying it with cash?
Well, yes. We have a war on success going on in America.
Yeah.
You know, the left fringe has a real agenda, and the agenda is to give the government more power and the government more control. And in order to do that, they're spreading three really huge myths out there: that wealth is evil, that the little man is trapped and can't get ahead, and, of course, they're continuing to spread this wealth inequality message, which is also, got a faulty logic to it, because if you work harder, you should make more.
Yeah. And you have lived in this house, I understand, for a couple of years, but social media just right now catching up to it. I read, and you saw it on Twitter or whatever, and you wanted to get involved. Somebody suggested, question whether or not you can be a witness for Christ when you have a lot of money.
Calling you a hypocrite, really.
It is. There's a toxic version of the left gotten involved in Christianity as well, and it's this idea that that Christians can't own anything or can't manage anything, and we technically don't own anything. Those of us that are Christ followers, we technically manage it for God and for His glory. But the idea that someone can have a nice home that's a small percentage of their net worth and still do things for the poor, right, and still do things for the folks that are struggling, and still have a quality walk with Christ, it's an absurdity, and it's actually a form of heresy.
No, you're doing heresy. You're doing the exact opposite of what Jesus said as you proclaim to be on the side of Jesus. I'm not rich. I'm just managing God's wealth. Oh, God, these guys are amazing. There's no shame. There's no shame. Read the story of Lazarus in the Bible. Like, the prosperity gospel is the most made-up version of Christianity ever. Because, look, in the Bible, you can find justification for almost any ideology you want. Whatever you already believe, you can cherry-pick and back it up with Bible verses. One thing where there's no two sides about it: Jesus' opinion on wealth and the rich. If you read the Lazarus story, a rich guy asks to get into heaven, and they say, no, you had all the material well-being on earth, so I'm obviously not going to let you into heaven. The story's message is rich people can't get into heaven, period. Look what he lays out there as myths put forth by the left. Wealth is evil is number one. Really? Name one liberal who said that. I'll wait. I mean, maybe if you stretch it, that's kind of, sort of, not really, a little bit like an argument that a communist would make, but there's a grand total of 3 communists left in America, so what the fuck are you talking about, and who the fuck are you talking about? I don't know. I've never heard anybody say that. I'm somebody who's considered a liberal. I think I'm a centrist internationally, but that's neither here nor there. In America, I'm part of the progressive movement or the liberal movement. I've never heard anybody say that once, ever. So you made that up. Then he said, the little man, this is a myth, that the little man is trapped and can't get ahead. Have you looked at the economic data recently? You do know that the American dream is no longer the American dream. You do know that, right? It's the Canadian dream. That's not me saying it. It's a study that recently came out which showed it. Also, the middle class in Scandinavia and in various places in Europe, they do better now. You have a better chance of economic mobility in those places than you do in America. So what are you talking about? Oh, it's a myth because every once in a while, somebody bursts through and makes it. Which leads to the next point. Income inequality is a myth. He goes, you just work harder. If you work harder, you'll get further. Really? Tell that to somebody who busts their ass and is making minimum wage and has been trying to rise through the ranks, but for probably multiple reasons, they don't get the promotion. Go talk to those people. Tell me how that works out. I mean, we have people working full-time jobs and not making enough money to survive. Full-time jobs, not making enough money to survive. And your message is work harder. They're already working full time. What more do you want them to do? Get a second job? A lot of them do. And they still don't make enough money to survive, or they're barely scraping by. Just work harder. Just bust your ass hard. Everything will work out. Really? Is that how Paris Hilton got her money? Is that how the Walton family got their money? It's not like they inherited it from their grandpapa, right? It's not like the Koch brothers got all their money because their dad figured out this revolutionary way to refine oil, and then they just got it handed down to them, right? No, they worked for that, right? They're just working harder. What a joke this guy is, man. At least challenge me. At least give me something where I'm like, fuck, that's a difficult argument. Let me look up the counter arguments, and maybe he's right. Let me consider this. No, it's just fucking verbal diarrhea. You're making noises with your mouth that don't add up. There's no logic to it. You're just talking out of your ass and creating a straw man of the left. And remember, this guy, his whole thing is, I'm a financial guru, but I'm a Jesus-y financial guru. Well, I'm a Christian, gosh darn it. Oh, are you? Interesting. So let's take a look at this here. He has a $10 million house. It's 13,000 square feet. This is a house Jesus would approve of, by the way. It's in Tennessee. Quote, Dave Ramsey's home office, including the sliding library wall ladder, is made of solid mahogany. A rich mahogany, if I do say so myself. The shower in the master bathroom is rumored to have 18 shower heads and is larger than the jacuzzi tub. Cathedral ceilings throughout. The local who we spoke to, this is from Raw Story, who we spoke with, I should say, felt the basement was by far the most impressive. Full bar with whiskey barrels built into the walls. Media room and several bedrooms make up the broad lower basement level you see from the distance, wrapping around the tip of the mountain. Oh, that sounds like something Jesus would love, man, because that's what he's in favor of. He's in favor of a ruling class over a bunch of poor people. He's on the side of the rich, even though he said the exact opposite. You got it, buddy. Now, the final thing I want to say real fast is just understand, am I arguing that he shouldn't have this mansion? No. Am I arguing that he shouldn't be rich and nobody should be rich? Of course not. But what I am saying is, if that's what you're going to do, if your whole thing is going to be, I'm the rich guy, I'm the financial guru, and I'm on the side of you becoming rich and, fuck social safety nets, fuck poor people, fuck the middle class. If that's your whole shtick, then drop the Jesus part, because that's contradictory. You can't say I'm all about Jesus and, oh yeah, by the way, look at my fucking $10 million, 13,000 square foot mansion with 18 shower heads and rich mahogany. That doesn't make any sense. You are a hypocrite, whether or not you acknowledge it.